Herkese merhabalar, ben Sevde Sürmeli. Kanalıma ilk defa gelenler için ben 7 aydır Avustralya'da yaşıyorum ve bu kanalda Avustralya ile ilgili tüm tecrübelerimi mümkün olduğunca sizlerle paylaşmaya çalışıyorum. Bu haftaki konumuzda şu şekilde gitmeye karar verdik. Bildiğimiz üzere geçtiğimiz haftalarda Yeni Zelanda'da iki camiye terör saldırıları gerçekleşti ve onlarca insan ibadethanelerinde dua ederlerken katledildiler. Bu olaydan sonra iki ülke arasında bazı politikacıların açıklamalarından sonra gerginlikler yaşanmaya başladı ve ben de birkaç soru aldım bununla ilgili. Avustralyalılar Türkiye hakkında ne düşünüyor ya da Türkler hakkında ne düşünüyor? Bu olay orada yaşayan Türkleri etkiledi mi? Bu olay orada yaşayan Avustralyalıların Türklere karşı bakış açısını etkiledi mi şeklinde. O yüzden biz de bu haftaki videomuzda sokağa çıkıp insanlarla konuşmak istedik. Türkiye hakkında ne düşünüyorlardı ve bu olaydan sonra ne düşünmeye başladılar? Düşünceleri değişti mi? Videoya başlamadan önce Avustralya ile ilgili daha fazla içerik görmek için lütfen kanalıma abone olmayı unutmayın. Arkada pazar var. Pazara ilerleyeceğiz. Orada insanları bulup insanlarla konuşacağız. Girelim mi? Where are you from?
I'm from originally Newcastle, 2 hours north from here. Sydney, Australia.
I come from China.
I live in Glebe in Sydney, but I'm originally from New Zealand.
So I'm from Finland originally, but have lived here 15 years.
I'm from the US.
What do you think about Turkey? Or what do you think about Turkish people, Turkish culture?
A lot of questions there all at once.
So my strongest resonation with Turkish people is that they housed the Australians before they went into Gallipoli. Big fan of Turkish people and Turkish food.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Which food is your favorite?
I'm just gonna say gosleme.
No, ask him what his second favourite Turkish favourite.
Second favorite?
Beef gosleme. Or spinach.
Third one?
So they do a chicken one. The desserts, they do this very nice yogurt.
Oh yes.
The yogurt
drink.
Yogurt drink.
Ayran.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? That's the one I like.
Yeah, ayran.
I mean, Australia was built on multiculturalism, so the reason we have such good food here is because we invite lots of cultures in, and as long as those people keep coming and doing the right things, we don't have a problem.
Okay. Yeah.
It's some hard talk. Talking. Say hi quick. You're gonna be famous. 4,000 people plus.
Hi.
Have you heard of a place called Turkey?
Yeah.
What is Turkey?
My friend's from Turkey.
What's your friend's name? Which one? Who?
Lala.
Lila. Is that a Turkish name?
Leyla?
Lala.
And what do you think of the country? You love it?
I've never seen it before, but okay.
You like it?
So I've been to Turkey. I love Turkey. It's a beautiful country. I've been to Cappadocia and Pamukkale and Istanbul. Obviously, it's a beautiful country. Culture, everything's lovely. Yeah. Pamukkale. So I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but the baths, like the thermal baths and the little towns, and yeah.
What do you think about Turkish people? I mean, how do you
they're
find
beautiful. Them? Yeah, really lovely people. Yeah, I felt very welcomed when I was there. So, am I famous now? Yeah.
Known a few Turkish people in my life. Yeah, it's a very diverse and complex, kind of cultural and ethnic sort of mix of people. You've got your Kurdish people, very complicated religious sort of society, but very strong history. Turkish has, and it's reflected in its food and cuisine and different customs and practices. I quite like Turkish people because they have really nice restaurants around here, and I quite like Turkish food. So I like, I really like the meat and the spices and the pide and things like that. Yeah, so it's and the belly dancing in the restaurants. It's quite fun too.
I love Turkish people. I visited Turkey in 2011. I went to Istanbul and Çanakkale. I really loved Istanbul, and I just love the culture there. So I think it's like changed my, or not changed, but formed an opinion that's made me warm towards Turkish people.
I love Turkey. We want to go there. We want to travel to Turkey. Thank you.
Okay, well, I would love to go back, but I guess like what's happened in the last couple of years, it seems it's not as safe as what it used to be a couple of years ago. And I guess coming from Newcastle to Sydney, I met a few more Turkish people that live in Sydney. Like I haven't met too many Turkish people in Newcastle, but I guess they're always very friendly and baklava, yum.
What do I think about Turkey? A place I'd like to go to. I haven't been there yet. Turkish people, I've never really met too many, so that's a good thing. In terms of I haven't met any bad ones. Turkish culture, I love their food, but that's about all I know, I'll be honest with you.
About desserts? Have you
I do not
baklava?
like, yes, but you see, is that Turkish?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you think that baklava belongs to?
Oh, I don't know, I think it's like a bit like pavlova. The New Zealanders call pavlova theirs, and the Australians call pavlova theirs, and the Greeks might call baklava theirs, and the Turkish might call baklava theirs. So it's a really difficult one.
Actually, I just know the Turkey food, the kebab. I like it. The lamb kebab is very good.
Well, I don't know many Turkish people, so I don't have any particular opinion about them. So, but for me, everyone, I don't distinguish between, you know, whether you're from Turkey or where you're from. So we're all human beings.
I visited Turkey about 20 or something years ago, and I enjoyed very much the country.
Where did you go?
I went to Istanbul originally.
Did you like it?
I did, yes. It's a very nice city.
I have a friend from Turkey that lives in Sydney. I love Turkish breakfast. I'm really interested to go to Turkey one day. I'd like to go and travel around. It would be cool.
One of my big regrets is I never got to travel around Turkey. I used to live in London for a long time, so Turkey was always on my bucket list. I have a lot of friends from Istanbul who still live in the UK. I love Turkish food. Although there was a big Turkish community, so a lot of Turkish restaurants.
I have nothing against Turkish people either, and it was like a very popular holiday destination for Finnish people. So
where is it?
in Turkey.
In Turkey, yeah?
Yes, but I've never
Which
been.
place?
All over. It's all the beach resorts and all that. I would love to go to Istanbul myself. I just saw this beautiful movie, Geri, about the Istanbul cats. I loved it, and I just loved all the people. They were just showing such compassion for all these animals.
I don't know many Turkish people. I know one Turkish person. He's absolutely lovely, but I don't know many Turkish people. But I'd love to go visit your country. It's beautiful. Absolutely love Turkish food. I love the way you guys eat. It's just dips and different food. There's loads of different food.
To be honest, is it similar to like Arabic food?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah, I love it. I like it all. Baklava, dips, all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, bread,
and
pizzas, pies.
I want to go to Turkey to do the hot air balloon thing.
Oh, there's a hot air balloon thing?
Except they're known for it.
Cappadocia?
Really?
Yeah.
Cappadocia? What do you mean?
Do it like sunrise and there's like hundreds of them that do it at the same time.
I'm doing definitely the balloon thing. Australian people love to travel. Loads of Australian people go to Turkey.
I've never been to Turkey, but Turkey, from what I understand, it's an amazing place because it's a meeting place of many, many different cultures over thousands of years, and the architecture, the ancient architecture there, and then things such as the food and the art are thoroughly intriguing. So it's on my bucket list. I have to get there. But I do love kebabs. Absolutely love kebabs.
I went to Turkey when I was probably 18 for a school trip actually, and it was wonderful. The people were really nice, the food was really good, it was really beautiful, and if anything I would love to go back. I was in Istanbul and then I went to either, I can't remember if it was Izmir or Ankara? Ankara. Which one is along the coast? Izmir. Okay, I went to Izmir. Izmir and Istanbul. I found Turkish people were incredibly hospitable, and I felt very welcome, and definitely left with a very positive take on the people and the culture.
Have you heard about these tensions between the two countries?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so did your thoughts change about Turkey?
Not about Turkish people. They're politicians are a separate issue.
But yeah, politics aside, I hate politics.
So, I mean, your thoughts didn't change about Turkey, even after these statements? I mean...
Not about Turkish people, no.
I have heard of them, but I haven't been following closely. I think Australians, from what I read, as I say, I haven't been following closely, have been fairly shocked by what your president had said. You know, heavily contested what he said. Was, but you know,
did your thoughts change about Turkey after these statements?
From an Australian point of view, it never seems like the right time to visit Turkey. there's always something. There's like problems in the east with Kurdish minorities or whatever it happens to be. There's always something going on. But I think if I wouldn't have a problem going to Turkey, I think I would be safe. And I don't think anyone would have any problem with me, because I visited in the past. I enjoy visiting it.
No, I don't think so. I think the political environment around the world at the moment is pretty sad, really. And I don't think it's really a reflection of Turkish people or of politicians need to create an enemy so that they can keep their domestic population cohesive. And so I don't think it's a reflection of Turkish people at all. He's basically a Turkish Trump.
You heard about it? No?
No, I haven't.
No, because I thought it was just a political stunt by your Prime Minister, no offence. Because, it was leading up to an election and he was trying to win votes. That's my opinion, I think, and was trying to create like an atmosphere to gain support to win back his election. So it didn't change my opinion at all. Love Turkey, love the people.
Yeah, love the people.
Absolutely not. Even after everything that's been said.
I still think it's a great country.
It
doesn't affect me personally.
But did you know anything about this political tension between the two?
Was there something about not allowing us to go there on Gallipoli or something because we're
absolutely
and like
no.
we're very bad? And
no, that's not it. So
I haven't, and I'm very sad to hear that.
It's probably just politically motivated, and it's really not going to have any effect on what Australians generally think of Turkey, I wouldn't have thought.
So, did your thoughts change about Turkish people?
No.
No?
No. I don't think what he said was representative of the Turkish people.
So, what do you think about that?
No, I agree. But I think quite a friendly culture. The presidents, when they come out, make these stupid comments, like Trump does too. They're also ignorant, and I think smart people really know the difference between right and wrong, and it doesn't represent the whole of the Turkish community.
In terms of what he said that was kind of threatening towards Australians visiting on Anzac Day or during that period, I just think that there are many presidents and prime ministers and politicians and just everyday people who say silly things or are maybe misinterpreted, or whatever the leader might say is not necessarily what other people think. I mean, I think that's just illustrated in so many ways in politics. So it doesn't alter my view of people from Turkey.
Really? No.
How do you
feel positive. I feel like I have negative thoughts towards politicians more than I do about Turkey. So there's a lot of shit that politicians talk that like isn't true. It doesn't reflect how Australians feel about Turkey or how maybe Turkish people feel about Australia.
Yes, of course.
I haven't.
Yes.
Did your thoughts change about Turkish people?
Yeah, it made me a little bit sad. For something like that to come out of a president's mouth is very, very, very unprofessional, very sad. You can't try and change things because it was at a rally with thousands and thousands of people. The relations between Australia and Turkey are absolutely fantastic. And for that to be said makes me very sad.
Oh, no, I haven't heard that.
Oh my goodness, so they're thinking about actually digging up the Australian soldiers and bringing them back. Well, I'd have to say that would be a very bad move to make. Of course, Turkey's got the right to whatever happens on its own land, I do understand that, but it does seem like a very severe backward step in relations with Australia, and one that I'd be advising that he just takes a tablet and lies down and thinks about it in the morning.
Did your thoughts change about Turkey after that statement?
No, I don't think so, because a country is really about the people, and the people haven't changed, and I'd say that this is a politician who's just had a bad day.
Saati şu an 3 ettik. Yaklaşık 1'de evden çıkmıştık. Yani birden beri soru soruyoruz. Kabul etmek istemeyenler oldu. Kameraya çıkmaktan rahatsız olanlar oldu. Kameraya çıkmak istemiyoruz ama lütfen söyleyebilir miyiz size Türkiye hakkındaki düşüncelerimizi diyenler oldu. Çok tatlı insanlardı. Ama genel olarak herkesin düşüncesi hep iyi yöndeydi. Türk yemeklerini çok sevdiklerini söylediler. Türk yemekleri gerçekten çok güzel, tamam mı? Harika. Hiç kimse Türk yemeklerine bir şey söyleyemez. Türk insanını çok cana yakın bulduğunu, çok misafirperver bulduklarını söylediler. Ve açıkçası bu düşünceler beni çok mutlu etti. Artık videomuz burada sona erdi. İzlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Avustralya ile ilgili daha fazla içerik için lütfen kanalımıza abone olmayı unutmayın. Kendinize iyi bakın.